Hi, you're watching TV9 News. I'm Pratibha. VK Shashikala was welcomed into Chennai in a very grand manner. 22 hours is what it took for Shashikala to finally reach Chennai from Bengaluru. Supporters of Shashikala and AIADMK dotted the roads all along. So now that Shashikala is back, what does it mean for the AIADMK? The AIADMK is nervous with Shashikala's return, but why is it when Shashikala has already said that all the party cadres are the children of the same mother? So Shashikala has clearly hinted at aligning with the AIADMK. But what's going to happen next now that Shashikala is back? To get a better understanding of this, I spoke to Mr. Radhakrishnan, Associate Editor at The Frontline, and here's what he said.
See, yeah, if they don't want her, shouldn't they be dismissing her from the party? Has that happened? That's not happened. Nobody, says that Shashikala has been sent out of the party. Okay, they're only saying that her membership is elapsed. Can you get any funnier than this? This is what the ADMK's argument is, that since she did not renew her membership within the 5 year stipulated period, she no longer is a member. How funny is that? Now, this is because every one of them, every MLA, every minister, every guy who holds an official position in the ADMK of today owes his position to Shashikala to a large extent. Of course, Jayalalitha made the decisions, but it is not like, you had Shashikala as a gatekeeper. You have to necessarily pass her to get to Jayalalitha. So everybody knows that fact and everybody knows what is coming. So that's why they are trying to play some of these games, but they are not actually doing what hurt Shashikala. Like, for instance, taking over her properties. They have taken over her relatives' properties. The properties of A2 and A1, that is Shashikala and Jayalalitha, have not been taken over because this government dare not do any such thing. As it is, they will not also dismiss her from the party by saying that she did not renew her membership. That is the fact of today.
Okay. But do you look at it from whether caste equations could be playing out, and that's one of the reasons why the AIADMK does not want to take a chance, because there were also some on Twitter who said that there was a lot of pressure on the local channels to also not cover Shashikala's entry into Tamil Nadu. Apart from that, we also know that when she exited from the Bengaluru hospital as well, there was the AIADMK flag, and there were questions raised on that as well. So on one hand, it looks like the party is doing the same, but it doesn't, like you said, want to go all out. Could it be because of the caste equations?
So I think it's more, yeah, caste is actually playing a part here, but it's the caste of the chief minister, of the people close to the ministers, close to the chief minister, which is playing a part here. It is nothing more. The other people who belong to this caste, as same as Shashikala, have not uttered a word against Shashikala. We have heard Edapadi Palanichami, who belongs to a different caste and is the chief minister of Tamil Nadu, say in very clear terms that Shashikala is no longer with the party. We have heard TV Shanmugam, another minister, speak about it. Jayakumar, the senior most minister, in fact, he has been in all ministries from 1991, all of the Jayalalitha ministries, speak about it. These are the 3-4 ministers who have actually spoken about it. The ones who have not spoken about it, that I think holds my attention. One is O. Pannirselvam, the deputy chief minister, has not uttered a word against Shashikala. The Vijay Bhaskar, who again belongs to the same caste, has not uttered a word. So has the senior ministers Dindikal Srinivasan, O.S. Manian, guy called Sellur Raju, and few others. I mean, like all the senior guys who belong to the same caste as Shashikala have not uttered a word. What does that convey to you? It conveys to you, at least to me, that it is very clear that obviously there's a caste divide. More than that, there is something that Shashikala has and shares with the people who belong to her caste. And this is one caste which has, mind you, been in power, regardless of whether DMK or ADMK has been in power for Tamil Nadu for the past 40 years.
Okay, and how do you look at the statement by Shashikala that she's going to be a part of serious politics? Because it's clear that she herself cannot be contesting, but she seems absolutely sure of the political power she wields, even though she has not been part of electoral politics until now.
Yeah, we saw that just as she got out of the hospital. I think this was very symbolic, something that I have written about in Frontline also. The fact that she chose to travel in Jayalalitha's car, the fact that it was the ADMK flag which was flying on the bonnet of that car and not the AMMK flag, Dinakaran's party, her nephew's party. It is not that flag that was flying on the bonnet of the car. Again, just to make sure that that doesn't become a hindrance. The government here had made it clear that non-members cannot use a party flag. So she shifts vehicle and gets into the party, into the vehicle of an ADMK man from the border of Jujuvadi, from the border of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and travels in that car. Now she effectively has neutralized anything that any police action that can happen. At the same time, she ensured that this historic journey of 22 hours, wherein thousands and hundreds upon thousands of cadre had greeted her all along the way. She made a political point. Her political entry was the moment she got into that car just outside the hospital itself. I think it just continues. I think she is going to be in active politics as long as she can. She's 66, young by political standards, and she's going to be around.
Okay, so lastly, I want to ask you, is there a possibility of, despite the differences, despite the resistance by EPS as well, do you see ADMK and AMMK coming together? Because of what Shashikala said, quoting Jayalalitha, that all the party cadres are children of the same mother. Is that a hint that it's a possibility? Because we're only a few months away from the elections.
Yeah, some are prodigal sons and whatnot. I mean, I subscribe to that view. But here is the problem there. AIDMK is full of people whom Dinakaran once described as sleeper cells. He said that all his sleeper cells were in the AIDMK. Now, we don't know. When this party is full of sleeper cells of either the BJP or or Shashikala. So we will know in a couple of weeks' time if all these people move towards Shashikala, gravitate towards Shashikala, and be part of AMMK or some new setup or whatever, or if they want to cast their lot with Edappadi Palaniswamy. I don't think Edappadi Palaniswamy is in a strong wicket here unless he can actually offer something that Shashikala can't. And that is very, very difficult to do at this point in time.
So there you heard it. Of course, there are no permanent friends or enemies in politics, and anything can happen in the coming months. So any developments will be interesting to watch. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, share and subscribe to TV9 Digital. I'll see you in the next video.